What's going on? Shout out to y'all in the chat. Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? Is it slowing up? Let me know if y'all let me know if it's slowing up or anything. If y'all can hear me, hit them likes, hit them 100s. I don't know what happened, but YouTube doing this YouTube, you know what I'm saying? YouTube boys get at me. Um, Let me know in the chat. Is it still freezing up? Let me know in the chat, y'all. And I could continue. Let me know if it's still freezing up. You back in? Yep, I'm here. So y'all can see me? Let me know if y'all can see me. Let me know if y'all can see me. Cause I know it was doing some stupidness. You back in. Looks like we are good. We are in here, bro. Okay, cool. Cool. Bet. It was doing some weirdness. Okay, so I was at my pick six for college football. Finished that. I went on to the my pick six for the NFL. First game I called Eagles versus the Vikings. I said the Eagles will win that game. They did 28-22. The Eagles looked really good against the Vikings. I thought the Vikings would still play well, but just not well enough to win the game. And that's what ended up happening. The Eagles, it's still not the same Eagles of last year, but they're going to win some games. And I still believe that the Eagles is one of the top teams in the East, but they could still be beat, in my estimation. Uh, Shout out to Patrick. Worst loss today, Jets, Raiders, or my Giants. It's without a doubt the Giants. It's without a doubt the Giants. The Giants had the worst loss of the day. When I looked up, and I'm gonna get to that game in a second. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get to that game in a second. Our Rams. Next game I called was Rams versus the Jaguars. I said the Jaguars would lose this game, and they did. They lost to the Rams 35-7. Uh, the Jaguars beat us a couple weeks back, and I just don't think the Rams will allow for the same mistakes that we made. The Rams are a playoff caliber team. They needed a win like this today for them to propel themselves in their record, and they played like it. They won 37-7 in a very dominating fashion, might I add. They had the Jaguars in check completely, in my opinion, and they won 35-7. Next game I called was the Giants versus the Broncos. I did say the Broncos would win this game, and they did, 33-32. Another great game. By the time I looked up, the Giants was beating the Broncos like 26-9, if I'm not mistaken, or 26-7. And the game was over. I believe the tight end Johnson just scored a touchdown. He just scored a touchdown pass, and it was in the fourth quarter. Broncos score. They get the 2-point conversion. Now the game gets interesting because now the game is not over. Now the game is a 10-point game. And then you look up Jackson Dart threw the pick. And I know Jackson Dart is going to feel like he's the reason why they lost today. He's not the complete reason, but he is part of it. And the reason why I say this is because it's a learning curve. He would have got all the love and adulation if they would have won. But because he lost, because he plays the top spot, he played the top spot, kid. You got to accept some of the blame for that, even though it's not his fault in particular, but he's the quarterback. So the quarterback, they get all the love when they win, and they get all the blame when they lose. So, but this game was a learning curve. I think the Giants easily that this was the most, this was the worst loss today. The Raiders, like they had no answer for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like, you know what I mean? Like, we are who we are. You know what I'm saying? We haven't won the last 8 or 9 division champion, the last 8, 9 divisions, for no reason. So we dominated. We dominated. Which I'm going to get to that game in a second. But the Broncos do look good. The Broncos is a playoff caliber team. The Broncos is a playoff caliber team. But the Giants needed this win. They needed. I didn't think they was going to get it mainly because up until this point, the Broncos looked like the better team. The Broncos could generate a pass rush with just 4 guys. But the Giants took them to the brink, and they did it at the Broncos' home. I didn't think the Broncos would win 33-32. I thought it was going to be a much wider gap. So the Giants did show me something, but at the end of the day, the loss is a loss. And this was the worst of them all because they had an opportunity to win this game. They had this game in hand. Period, point blank. There's no way the Giants should have lost this game. This is like that moment where in Infinity Wars, when they asked Doctor Strange, like, yo, what's our chances of beating Thanos? And he's like, 1. This was like the Giants, like their one right here. Like, this was their one time to do it. You just get one chance at this, just one. So, and yeah, I do my ones like this, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I got dislocated fingers, so I do my ones like this. You know what I'm saying? But that was your one time to really win this game. There was no way you should have lost that game. No way you should have lost that game. So the Broncos, man, they a good team. Giants, it's a learning curve. They got a young team. They got a team that they could really build off of. Jackson Dart is better than what I thought he would be at this point, at this stage of the game. It's a learning curve, and you know he has to continue to get better. The team also has to continue to get better. Jalen Hyatt, I don't know how he got behind. Well, I know how he got behind them. He's a decent route runner, but he has tons of speed. He got to make those plays downfield. So I believe Jackson Dart will continue to play better when he get Neighbors back and when the other guys continue to get better. I like the tight end Johnson. He showed some stuff. He got some wiggle to him. And in football terms, I know what wiggle mean in football terms. So yeah, so that's what I think about that. 33-point fourth quarter Broncos. Shout out to Grasshopper. Our kicker lost that game for us. New York missed 2 field goals horribly. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, man, like, y'all still had the game in hand. Still had even though the kicker did miss the field goals. Yes, he did miss the field goals. But there's not a place where the defense should let a team get back into the game like that. And then Jackson Dart throws a pick. So you can't have all of those things going on where a team march down the field, you throw a pick, and they march down the field again to blame it on the kicker, even though it was a contributing factor to it. Absolutely. But hey, man, it's a learning curve. And y'all be better for this. Y'all be better for this. I'm not completely out on the Giants, but as of this year, it's a developmental year. So play every game to win, so that way your young players will continue to develop and get ready for next year. But as far as like a playoff and championship run, yeah, that's a wrap. And shout out to the Giants because they much improved than what they was last year. But the Broncos is a solid, good team, and they found a way to win. Next game I call Chiefs versus the Raiders. Y'all already know what time I'm on. You see the jersey, you see the hat in the back. You know who my team is. I'm a Chief fan. You know what I'm saying? Born and raised as a Chief fan. We won 31-0, if I'm not mistaken, or 31-6. No, that's another game. We won 31-0. We won 31-0. Zippo. They got Zippo. They get Nathan. Donut. They get Nathan. Raiders. See, you know what's interesting about the Raiders? The Raiders, for the last 8 years, have always tried to put a team together that's direct conflict of the Chiefs. They don't play the other teams well, but they play us well normally. They'll lose, but they will take us to the brink. But at the end of the day, we dominated, and we're starting to get better and better. We got our receiving core, almost all the way back to where it needs to be. But we're getting better and better every week. We look far from perfect, but I miss the days when Patrick Mahomes would throw deep. And the only reason we threw deep prior to is because not just because we had Tyreek, but we had other guys who could go deep, and the defense would dare us to go deep because we had a whole slew of backs that can play, but they used to dare us to go deep. So we went deep. Now teams is like, yeah, baby, you can't go deep on us, baby. We're going to play cover three. We're going to shell it. We're going to bump and run the cover three. We're going to do zone. Y'all not going to go deep. You have to dink and dunk. Cool. And we'll continue to do that. So, but I miss the days when Patrick Mahomes was going deep damn near every play. So just find another way to win, but we're looking good. We're looking better from week to week. Patrick Torres, bro, keep in mind, like I said, the Giants have the hardest schedule this year. Yeah, I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe. The only reason why I don't subscribe to that, they saying that based on last year. And we know from year to year, every team don't look the same from year to year. Now, obviously, if you play last year's teams with this year's schedule, then yes, y'all have the hardest schedule. But I remember, it wasn't last year or the year before last, when the Chiefs, we had the hardest schedule in the league, hands down. And we won the Super Bowl that year. So, I mean, and that was according to the previous year. So, yeah, to the previous year, y'all got a tough schedule, but that's not sugarcoat this. The games that the Giants are losing, they had an opportunity to win the game, so they should have won. They should have won. You don't, as an athlete, as a fan, as a competitor, never felt like, yo, we just got a hard schedule. Nah, hell no. Hell no. They get paid, you get paid. We put our pants on at the same way. Somebody going to get trucked, somebody going to get blocked, somebody going to tackle. So I get what you're saying. But that's last year, though. Teams don't change that much. They do. They do. The dynamic of a team changes drastically from one player to the next. They do. The Eagles don't look the same as they did last year. The Eagles look unbeatable last year. They looked unbeatable. This year, they can get got. The Buccaneers should have beat them. They did not. And they lost 2 games prior to. Based on what I said about the Eagles, they are very beatable. They don't look the same from year to year. The Lions look good, but they don't look as powerful as they did last year. And mind you, Aiden Hutchinson didn't play. He got hurt towards the end of the stretch, if I'm not mistaken. So they was out without their best player, and they looked better last year. So I kind of get what you're saying, but year to year, it matters. Teams do change because when you lose a piece, that's why it's a big deal that Michael Parsons went to the Cowboys. When you watch the Cowboys, they cannot present a pass rush to save their life. And that matters when you play against the Giants, when you play against the Commanders, when you play against, what's the other team? The Eagles. That matters. You have to have a pass rush. And you see the difference that it's doing for the Packers. So it matters. It matters. It changes from year to year. It matters. Because the certain teams is just not the same. You see the 49ers, they not the same. They not the same. They're like they could beat you on any given day, but it's not the same. But the next game I did call the Dolphins versus the Browns. I said the Dolphins will win this game, and they didn't. They lost 31-6. The reason why I thought the Dolphins would win this game is because even though they've been losing, they put up points. With or without Tyreek, they put up points. And I just didn't see Cleveland putting up points like that. I have to be honest. Dylan Gabriel still haven't thrown a touchdown pass. I believe his stat line was like 13 for 18 for like 116 yards as a starting NFL quarterback. And you look at his weapons is not, you got Njoku, you got Jerry Jeudy, you got Bond from Texas from a year ago, you got the running back from Tennessee University. He's a good receiving back out the backfield, and you got Junkins. Junkins could run and he could catch. So they got weapons better than 116 yards. What is that? 13 for 18, but you know, like what, like, see, yo, just bring on 12, bro. Just bring on 12. Just bring them on, bro. If anybody watched college football last year, if Dylan Gabriel was on any team with Shador's the better quarterback, been the better quarterback. He has bigger and better upside. He's a better passer. He's more accurate. He reads faster than him. And then it's quite funny that Dylan Gabriel gets sacked 6 times and nobody says, yo, he needs to get the ball out of his hands. But let that man Shador get sacked twice. Yo, he holding the ball too long, bro. He holding the ball too long. But this guy gets sacked 6 times. Oh, so he not holding the ball too long, huh? Heard you. Cool. Played 3 games. Haven't thrown a touchdown pass in 3 games. Bring on 12, bro. Like, stop prolonging this, G. Bring on 12. If Dylan Gabriel was end-all, be-all in the 3rd round, you would not draft a quarterback in the 5th round. Bring on 12, bro. Bring on 12. Even though they got the win, Junkins put on a show. He put on a show. The Dolphins is just a terrible, trash-ass organization. Always been trash-ass, but they're a weird team because just when you think they'll get smoked, they win these type of games. So, again, I said that the Browns should win this game, but I chose the Dolphins. But the Dolphins took the big L, and Dylan Gabriel didn't play well. Last game I called was the Steelers versus the Bengals. Y'all called me crazy, but I said the Bengals will win this game. And the Bengals did, 33-31. Again, pay attention on those Thursday night games. Whatever team that has the most time to prepare wins those Thursday nights. Period, point blank. I don't care if the team is undefeated and the other team is terrible. That terrible team will beat that team because that team had more time to prepare. Simple and plain. So and Cincinnati had more time, and they end up winning that game again, 33-31. Joe Flacco went crazy. How do you not go crazy when you can throw the ball? You have 2 of the top 10 best receivers in the league, or 2 of the top 8. However you slice it, 2 of the top 10 or 2 of the top 8, wherever you rank them. How do you not go crazy? How do you not go crazy? And how do Cleveland thought Flacco was so trash that they could trade him in division, and then you give him 2 of these receivers and don't think that he would be able to do something? They beat the Steelers. So if they could beat the Steelers, they could damn sure beat the Browns. They could damn sure beat the Browns. As of right now, the Steelers are the best team in the division. And nobody would have thought that because nobody's seen Lamar Jackson get hurt. Browns' defense is great, but quarterback play is trash. Cincinnati, they go as Joe Burrow goes. If he's hurt, y'all know the story. If he's healthy, they're going to play for the playoffs. The Steelers was the least likely team to make the playoffs. And Cincinnati beat that team. So, like I said, I went 5-1 this week for my pick 6 for the NFL. Again, if you're looking for picks for parlay, money line. You try to win you some money. I know bragging rights. I got some good picks, man. Got some good picks. I went 5-1 last week, and I went 5-1 this week. All right, y'all. So that's my pick six for both college football and the NFL. Again, I had the Eagles beating the Vikings. They won. I had the Rams beating the Jaguars. They won. I had the Broncos beating the Giants. They won. I had the Chiefs beating the Raiders. They won. I had the Dolphins beating the Browns. They lost. And I had the Steelers losing to the Bengals. And the Bengals won that game. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next segment. Our Keep the Lie Live segment. Let me go back up real quick. I got some cool stuff from Button Snaps. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for tapping in the Button Snaps. If y'all haven't tapped in the Button Snaps, make sure y'all tap into Button Snaps. Button-snaps.com. That's button-snaps.com. You get to find us some movie shows and documentaries. I appreciate that, Maria. I agree, but Sanders on now. Shador gotta be up to bat, man. Stefanski, you gotta let it go, bro. Put 12 in. The people want to see 12. We know he been working out. We know he been studying. We know he ready. Put 12 in the game. Cleveland defense is for real. That's a fact. But the defense, you gotta have offense to have an even better defense. So they got a good defense though. What poster behind you? Shout out to Terry. Appreciate you tapping in. This is the show poster. This is Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast. And I have my brother with me on that side, and I have my parents with me on that side. Yeah, my parents and my brother have passed away, so I keep the love around me. Those are the people that in my upbringing that loved on me, so I keep the love around me. So that's why I have them behind me. So shout out to Terry. Appreciate you tapping in. Hit them likes. Hit the 100s. We on the road to 20,000 subs. We're a little over 11,000 subs. So hit them likes and hit the 100s. All right, y'all. Moving on to our Keep the Lie Live segment of the show. So my Keep the Lie Live for this episode is: it's cool until it's not. It's cool until it's not. This Keep the Lie Live is inspired by 3 idiots that think it's cool to dress up in costume, scary movie type of stuff, and going to knock on random people's door and try to threaten them and scare them half to death. It's cool until it's not. I'll tell you this much. I'm born and raised from Brooklyn, New York. I live in Florida now. You don't hear about stuff like that happen in Florida like that. You know why? Because everybody's packing, bro. Everybody's packing. You don't hear a lot of this going on in Georgia. Everybody's packing. You don't hear stuff like this going on in Texas like that. Because everybody's packing. It's cool until it's not. They're going to mess around. And this is going to become a thing where people just doing and knocking on random doors and trying to scare them half to death. And try to play the, what's that movie called? It's the movie where you could purge. Where the purge is becoming a thing now. Y'all going to think it's cool until it's not. And when it's not cool is when y'all knock on the wrong door and get your head blown off. Because y'all want to play. Y'all think it's a game. People don't know if you're a threat or not. If you present a threat, you're going to get a threat reaction. That you can't play like that, yo. And they all over the news. Where these 3 random idiots is dressing up in Halloween scary costumes and knocking on people's door, threatening them, talking crazy. We're going to do this to you. Let us in. It's cool until it's not. Knock on old Ashley door. Play with me. Play with me. Play with me. Knock on my door with that BS. Knock on it. Knock on the door. You will get your head blown off. It's cool as till it's not. When a couple of people get made examples of, this is when we're going to see this game stop. What type of idiot would dress up in a Halloween costume and scare random people in this manner that he don't know and he doesn't control the outcome? So, and the whole purpose of scaring somebody is so it could be funny, right? But you have to control the scare, right? They have to kind of know that something like this can happen, but you can control the outcome. Meaning you won't catch a beat down, you won't get shot, you won't get stabbed in somebody's reaction. I love a good scare. I grew up scaring people, but I control the scare. I can control but I'm not gonna threaten and knock on random people's door like, yeah, would you like to play a game? Yeah, I got a game I want to play. Pow, pow, hold that. Shouldn't have been playing that game against random people that you don't know. You putting yourself at risk. You putting them at risk by making sure that they defend themselves. It's cool until it's not, yo. And I don't understand in this era why this shit is acceptable. Again, scaring somebody that you know, cool. Because you can control the outcome of the scare. It's funny. But scaring people that you don't know, it could get turned deadly. It could get turned deadly. Why put your life in a balance like that? Because that's all you're doing. So I don't have to put this in the air. It's already in the air. You knock on the wrong person's door, playing that game, you're going to get your head blown off. And this is when we're going to see the games stop. This is when we're going to see the game stop. I don't know if y'all familiar with this movie called Clockwork Orange, where you had like these London thugs going around scaring people. They was gaping people. They was doing all types of stuff, breaking into people's homes and playing these type of shenanigans and tactics and games. You're going to get your head blown off. It's cool until it's not. So that's my Keep the Lie Alive for this episode. It's cool until it's not. Don't be the person out here doing this. This is silly, and it's not smart, yo. It's not smart. Shout out to Never. Appreciate you tapping and hit them likes. Hit the 100s. Appreciate you tapping in. Won't you go do that? Don't pull up on my matter. Yeah. It's silly. How you go to somebody party like yo, get out of here, you lame-o. Just a lame-o. Like, how you go to somebody party talking? That's stupid. You feel me? Like, get out of here. But that's my Keep the Lie Live for this episode. I appreciate y'all tuning and tapping in, man. Each and every Wednesday, each and every Sunday at 10:30. This was episode 204. And we're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. We're a little over 11. And again, hit them likes, hit them 100s. Appreciate y'all tapping in. And it helps with the growth of the show. Shout out to Patrick. People are stupid. Appreciate you. Good night, bro. I appreciate you, man. See you on Wednesday. That's a fact. Y'all know I'm going to be here this Wednesday. But if this is your first time tuning in, tapping in, I'm here every Wednesday, every Sunday at 10:30. We talk about everything, sports, entertainment, movies. We get into all social commentary, the conversation that the culture needs to have. We get into it all, and I'm your host, Ashley Lovechild. I want to thank the sponsors of the show, which is OUV Records and Button Snaps. Again, the presenting sponsor of this podcast is Button Snaps, where you get the finest of movies, shows, documentaries, and original content for your viewing pleasure. Again, that's the word button. hyphenated sign, and the word snaps.com. That's the word button, hyphenated sign, and the word snaps.com. Shout out to General in the building, Church Ave in the building. Church Ave? Church Ave in the building? Not my Church Ave. Appreciate General for being. For those who don't know, I grew up on 2 blocks. I grew up on 222 Lenox Road and Church Avenue. You know what I'm saying? So whoever that is as the General, appreciate you tapping in. You know what I'm saying? Church Church Ave got my heart. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of my formative years. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate General for tapping in, man. So we got Church Ave in the building. Yes. So again, I'm here every Sunday and every Wednesday at 10:30. If you want to show some love, if you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors of the show as well, you can hit me on my Instagram at Ashley Lovechild. I have over 500 rewatchable videos of this podcast on this channel on the Can the Brothers Get a Rock, Can the Brothers Get a Rap playlist. So make sure y'all tune into the playlist or hit them shorts. Got a whole lot of fire content, so make sure y'all tune and tap into that. Hit them likes, hit them 100s, hit that share button, hit that all notification bell because I do pop up throughout the week. So again, I appreciate y'all support, and again, it helps with the growth of the show. I feel like I'm missing something. Also got some new music coming soon as well. Been working on some new music, been in the studio crazy, and I'm still working on my new comic book that I've been telling y'all about, and it's going to be fire. I can't wait for y'all to see this, read it, get into the storyline and the whole 9 yards. I'm going to have some more promotional aids ready in the future as well, so that way people could get ready for what's coming, because it's fire, because it's just not the, comics. We doing something with it. It's going to be fire. I can't wait for it. It's finished, so I'm looking forward to that as well. Again, man, I want to appreciate y'all for tuning and tapping in. Again, I'm here every Wednesday, every Sunday at 10:30. And y'all already know, man, it's love. And I'm going to see y'all soon this Wednesday at 10:30. I'm out.